Hey guys, in my last video there I said I had no diesel projects to be able to work on, and then when I was going through my closet I found this guy. This is my F59PHI, which I actually have as a complete set for the Go trains. It's another train that I'm going to be doing on my layout. The Go train is a train that I think it starts in Oshawa, Ontario, and it goes, it does go all the way to like Niagara Falls, and then goes around the Toronto area, and I think it goes a little past Toronto, but that's it. It's just a short run for the Go train. I'm sure there's some guys that'll be able to school me on a lot with the Go train. Anyways, this is the F59PHI. They don't even, I don't think they even use this engine anymore. They now use the MP40, I do believe. If I look on my phone, I have it. MP40PH-3C, and that's the ones they use now. However, I have this one, and of course I'm going to change it to DCC. This is an Athearn. And I'm actually just doing this as a little bit of review because I don't have anything to work with this right now. I'm going to be pulling it apart. I'll be working on, of course, lubricating, degreasing the trucks and lubricating them with oil. I'm going to be putting LEDs in this guy. Again, Athearn didn't hook up any of the red lights for when it's going in reverse. So I'm going to be doing that. They did hook up the ditch lights, so the ditch lights work and the headlights work, but of course they're the incandescent bulbs, which no one wants. Okay, just had to do some camera changes on the settings. It was constantly focusing in and out. Sorry about that. So, what I was saying is, Athearn, you know, you're getting into their cheaper, ready to roll, and I just feel like it's getting cheaper and cheaper every single time I have a new Athearn train or picked up something by Athearn, and there are a lot of haters out there. I don't hate Athearn as far as, you know, the way they run. They're great runners. They run fantastic. They've really stepped up on the rails on some of their other diesels. They just like they're a little easier to handle now without them breaking so easy. Like these railings aren't going to break. You got to be fragile. I mean, these things technically are not toys, but they're starting to get toy-like. And what I mean by that is, back in the day when you had like some of the older, cheaper trains that all you had to do is literally just like unclip a little tab and the shell came off, and you know, it was a crappy little motor in there. And this has a good motor. It's got the double flywheel and everything, but this is just held in with two little tabs. If you see that red dot right there, and there's one of those on the other side, it's just a tiny little tab holding that in. All I have to do is just flex the skin or the shell just like this. Oops. It's hard to do it around the camera. There you go. That's all that's holding this in. It's just that little tiny tab. And I think that is cheap. I can't stand, like, I like the ones where you take the couplers out and that's what's holding the shell in, because at least it feels like there's a screw holding it together. Where this here is literally just a tab. Like, you know, someone picks that up and those tabs are a little worn out, your train's gonna fall apart. This one, of course, yes, did require for me to remove the couplers because they do go through, but it's the tabs holding it in. Because like if those tabs let go with the couplers in there, it'll rip the couplers right off. Like, it's not like it's the coupler boxes that are holding this thing together. So I just think that that's just getting absolutely super cheap, and I'm a little disappointed. And going back to my P42, I know I mentioned it a lot, it was the same way. It wasn't held in with the coupler boxes. It was held in by little tabs that were near the ladders on the train. And here, let me show you. And the way they designed this was this is a narrower shell right here. So to get this back on the frame, you kind of got to spread it out a little bit, pulling these apart, and then snapping those little holes right above the ladder into there. Well, yesterday when I was trying to fit my speaker box in there just to make sure it was gonna fit, look what happened. They break off so easy right there, and this one actually snapped the whole thing right off right there. Very disappointing, because it's actually a stupid design by Athearn. You know, if you're gonna make these trains easy, quick plug and play, at least make it so it's easy to take the shell off without damaging it, because that's just absolutely cheap junk right there. And there's a few other videos where some people have mentioned about this ladder thing. I was looking it up, and up till yesterday I was able to keep the ladders on there with no problem. But the way they've designed it, so you gotta spread the shell out while trying to snap it down, the ladders just get caught so easy. And again, it's like having patience and everything with this hobby is absolutely crucial. But Athearn just sucks with their designs with this. Like, make it so you take the coupler boxes off and it slips up. Easy peasy, you know, and then you don't have to mess with it. So this one here, luckily no ladders are in the way, and it does come apart. But just a note out there, like, just get with it, Athearn, and start building more sensible for trains that you have to pull apart anyway to put a decoder in there. So moving on, that's my rant. One thing I definitely do like about this this train is the fact that all of these are open on the top. There's lots of room in there for a nice decent speaker, and it's like nice and deep down in here. We're going to be able to fit a nice speaker in there facing up, having the sound come out. The prime mover on this is an EMD 710. It's actually an E3, or E3? Yes, E3 I think. And so I'm going to be putting in a Tsunami board in this guy. Nice speaker. And I'll be putting in either the, I think it's here, I got it on my computer screen. I know there's the AT1000, but I was actually thinking of maybe just doing the TSU 1000. I'm trying to figure out the difference, whether or not one has more functions than the other. Read up on it a little bit there. But the TSU 1000 will give me a little more room to play with as the board's a little shorter. And we'll see what happens there. I'm definitely going to be hooking up, like, of course, my ditch lights, and I'm going to put some red lights in there. And what I'm going to do differently with that is, here's my 2mm. Instead of drilling out the front of the train to fit this, I'm actually going to sand this down around this edge to fit this to the train, so it looks a little more realistic for size wise, and putting it in there and trying it out. And this is going to be the first train where I use a diffused LED as opposed to a regular LED as far as the color. I'll show you the difference. Let's get some power to the track. So if I go like this, it's hooked up to the track right now, and then take this. That right there, you see it's kind of yellowy. That's most of the time that's what I use. I use these color LEDs because they're not. They look pretty realistic. They're known as the warm white. But this one here, I'm gonna use these because I think it's gonna be a nice clean look. But they're a lot brighter. They're a clean white, and there you go. You can see the difference. It almost, it has a little bit, looks like a bit of blue, but it's actually just a super clear white, and that's what the diffused LED is there. And I thought that's going to be a nice clean look putting it on this train, so I'm going to try it out and see what happens there. So also due to the fact that my warm white LEDs, I think I only have 3 left, where I have a bunch of these diffused ones. So I'm gonna do that, and go from there. So that's gonna be my project coming up. I mean, this is I don't need to show another bit of cleaning the trucks. Everyone's seen me doing that now, so I'm gonna at least have something to do for today, and play around with that, clean it all up, and I'll order my decoder once I read which one I want to go with, and we'll go from there. Anyways, that's enough. This video is getting lengthy, and I just wanted to kind of review this one and ask. I'm gonna ask right now if anybody knows where I can pick up an MP40PH-3C. Let me know. I'm definitely looking for one. If you have one for sale, please let me know. I did find one. I know that the True Line Trains, the Gold Series, they made one. Last time I saw one, it was on the shelf at a train show, and I had it in my hand and I was going to pick it up, and I didn't. That's the same day I bought this guy. And after I had already bought that, I saw that and I thought, you know what, I can't spend too much more. So if anybody can, there's MP40PH-3C, and then when I was doing my searches, it also came up as MP36PH-3C. I'm not sure exactly which one I need, but looking at the pictures on Google, they look the same. So anyways, that being said, have a great day. Share your comments. Anyone who else has got one of these, you know, chime in and stuff, and let me know what you did with yours. And new project. Right on. Have a great day. We'll talk to you soon.